Buddy, and welcome back to another video. Today I would like to tour a specific farm. I've done a video showcasing my entire map, but this farm here to me needs its own review, we could say. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the volume down. I should turn it down more. It's still pretty loud. um, Jeez. All right. Anyway. So yeah, if you guys don't know this familiar plot, it's right here below your starting farm. If you start on Riverbend and get the starting farm, it's just across the creek here. There's this spot on the hill. There's a barn. I redid it. As you can see, there's an old shed and a garage, but we're gonna go up the driveway here. And the only downside to this farm is that the upper part of it is not semi-friendly. You can't get a semi truck up here. I've tried doing it the realistic way. It's just impossible. You can get goosenecks, but no semi trucks. They're too tall because of this tree. So you're gonna come up around the bend. You can either go straight to the other side or just keep going around the bend. There's the garage. There's the house. There's the thing. There's a filling silo. There's a tractor. We're gonna go through everything just cause. So this is a roleplay map. This is the oldest son. He's in his upper 20s. He's not 30 quite yet, but he's in his upper 20s. He either is crazy rich or crazy in debt. I'm pretty sure it's both. But we're going to start here, obviously, as a camper. You know, it's really just a roleplay thing. I don't actually go camping. It just kind of sits here. I'll put it over here in the summer months, and then in the winter months, it sits over here behind this tree right here. But so this here is his very first pickup. It's a 2014. He bought it brand new when he was in high school. He probably graduated around this time when this truck came out. It's really nice. You know, it's leveled on some big mud tires. It's very nice gas for pickup. Does the job, drives it to work every day, and it's paid off. Doesn't have to worry about it. So it's pretty cool. There's his wife's SUV. It's a Skoda. Obviously, it's not an American brand, but it's still, you know, you deal with what you get. So it's pretty good. I like it. Then this was his, I would say, most recent purchase. When I created him, it was his most recent purchase when the truck came out. So this truck originally, I can show you guys. This truck originally, wrong category. This truck would have originally looked, it would have had these, and the rims were black. So it would have looked a little bit like this. If I can find it here. Yeah, it would have looked something like that, pretty much. But ever since, you know, he started making more hay, more crops, there was room with more money. So bigger tires and rims came along. So he threw some chrome ones on there instead of black. And I've been tempted to go back to it, but I like the look of it. This is a farm truck. It's not a pavement princess, as a lot of people would call it. He does drive it to work sometimes. But this truck does a lot of farm work. It does a lot of towing. It does a lot of everything. So, but I also have another truck now that will do a little bit more of that, or a little more towing with it. This garage is original. And so is the Gator. The Gator is all original. I don't really use it, but it's here. Everyone knows the A-frame house. I'm not going to have to go inside there. This truck here, if you watch the other video, this was an original farm truck to the original farm. I brought it down to this farm because it would be more use here. I haul the goat milk, and we'll get to it. There's chickens. It hauls the goat milk and chickens for all the farms, but mostly this one. A brush hog right here that gets used sometimes. The feeder for the goats, which I rarely use because they really just use the, shut up. They really just use the meadow. I don't have to ever feed them. So, then I got a gooseneck. There's a bunch of hay, there's straw, more straw than I need. So I'm probably going to end up selling most of it because I'm probably going to keep maybe 4 bales and put them in cover. But like I said, there's a Lizard Good silos. There's a Mahindra tractor. This is the first tractor on this farm. It's original. It has a front loader with bale spike. This thing feeds the animals, and it does a little bit of hay work. It might be I might take it out of commission for hay work. I might just make it used to feed animals, but it's a cool tractor. I really like it. So over here we have my hay bine and a dirty nader and a small pile of wood chips. I got a little hay bine here. This is what cuts my grass. This is what feeds the cows. It's a very nice little shed. I really like this shed. This garage here, we put this in about a year or two ago, and there's a lot of fun stuff inside, so we're gonna open up. So first off, that moved everything. Wow. He bought this F-350, two 2024 F-350s, by the way. How he affords them, I don't know. But yeah, this is his show truck. Red Rim is what it's known as right now. There's a lot of work that I'm trying to do to it. There's not really much to do to it. I like it. It's pretty cool. Little utility trailer for hauling the full wheelers, the mower, and the Banshee over here. He custom made this because he used to race. I actually built a, if you guys seen it, I built a short dirt drag strip. It's really short. But I did it for fun. I figured, you know what, small parking lot, you know, small little area, you know, just build a small dirt drag strip. And it's pretty cool. I just take the full wheeler up there and I kind of just play around with it. But it's fully built, painted, everything. Pressure washer, of course. And then this High Country right here with the silver and all the chrome parts, it's a High Country. This was one. This truck was fully paid. This truck is fully paid for. It's part of the story. In a part of a car show, this was like a grand prize. And because of what you guys will see in a bit, well, you see one of them now, the Mustang. That's part of the reason he won. But he won the grand prize of the High Country. Fully paid off, fully everything, brand new. Got the Duramax in it. So it's pretty cool. Pretty nice. He does a little bit of towing with the gooseneck on this, so that's pretty cool. We got a little Honda full wheeler right here, barely used. Then the Mustang, made from nothing into something pretty cool, and you'll see soon why it's an interesting color scheme. I think it's cool with the tan and red stripes, the chrome rims, and a Shelby back. Just a really cool car. Does get out for joyrides every now and again, but this car is fully custom and custom painted and everything. But yeah, that's what's in the garage here. I stuffed a lot for a little two-door garage, but I did just have the Chevy out today doing some towing because I brought back a new tractor from Paps. So a lot of the stuff you see here is not handed down. He's not handed money. He works for his father's animal hauling company, which racks in a lot of money because it's trucking. They rack in a pretty decent amount for hauling animals because they go pretty far sometimes, but it's not often. You know, it's maybe once or twice a month, and they rack in a couple $1,000s each for like three semi trucks. They can rack in at like 5 to 10 grand a load. So they make a lot of money that way, and of course the farm's an income, and he works full time in the winter, but mostly part time in the. I say part-time, he still works like 7 hours, 5 days a week, 5 o'clock to 2, or 5 o'clock to noon, I mean. So he's still getting a lot of hours in there, and he makes about, in the role play, maybe like $30 an hour building barrels down at the Barrel Works. When this cow pasture initially started, it was like 3 cows, 1 calf, 2 regular cows like this, and he bought 2 water buffalo. Since then, they've all multiplied, and there's also a deer. But no, this cow pasture had 5 cows in it. Now it has a lot more. So I might go in and sell some. Because I think there's a little bit of income that can be made here, maybe. I mean, not much. These ones here, though, they can be pretty good. That's like 9 grand right there, plus these ones. So yeah, there's a little bit of money to be made in these. Not much, but you know, a couple water. But what's this? There's 5 water buffalo, and then what's this? 8 regular cows. So no, my math's wrong. Yeah, no, it is right. 13, yeah. But But yeah, it's custom cow pasture. It runs down this entire area. Not as big, but not really a shelter in it, but it works. Then I stuffed this very nice modded chicken coop. It's got a shed and the chicken coop, and it's outside. We got our diesel tank here, and of course all the decorative junk that goes with it. The chicken coop that's right here. A fertilizer sprayer. This is a very, very new addition. This was just bought. It's a 6500 heavy duty Chevy with a tipper bed. Its only job is feeding. It's got a tipper to feed. That's literally all it does. Because it doesn't hold much, I can't really use it as a grain truck. But if the opportunity arises, it will be. Then I got a 1206, that's the workhorse of the farm. This thing does primarily every heavy-duty job on the farm. So, I think it has almost 20 hours on it. No, it has 16, so not bad. Keep going down the drive. We'll skip this, there's nothing over there. We got the pigs. We put some pigs in here in this little coop. I love this coop in FS22, and it came back, so it's like, alright. We got a gravity wagon that feeds them. We got a manure heap that doesn't work, but a slurry pit that does. And they have a lot of slurry, which is great. So, I want to try to use it if I can, but yeah. Got a tedder here, and I got my old manure spreader here, stuffed in here. And I got another one of these, so I don't have to drive all the way to the top. Just makes life easier. We got some equipment spread across this little area here. We got a cultivator, got a roller, we got my rake, and my seeder. The seeder was bought brand new. The rake was bought used. The roller, it was bought brand new. No, it was bought slightly used. And the cultivator was bought used. And of course, the gravity wagon. The tedder was brought new. That's used, and this is used. So a lot of equipment is used. Very few brand new pieces of equipment. Now we get to the fork in the road. We're going to go right for a couple things here. We got our little grain silo garage. We have the Farm Mall Super H, which was handed down to us from Pap. It's sat in his barn, and he's finally given it to us. And it'll just do small tasks. You know, it'll haul this gravity wagon. I backed it in here to park it. That's where the gravity wagon will go. It'll probably go over here. I have some baler twine here. And yeah, we got I think I have oats here that are ready to go. Then I got a hayfield right here that's fenced in. That was an old cow pasture. Then over here we have a small driveway I made on the map with a header and an imported Claas Dominator because it's the smallest old combine that was bearable, that had a good capacity. I don't think I have it installed anymore. It was an old New Holland. I don't have it installed anymore, but it held like 2,000 liters, and I didn't know it. I sold it immediately. So we use this now. It works great. So you guys seen the Mustang earlier? This is my Kenworth. This is what hauls the Mustang to car shows. This is what won that high country. Completely custom low loader that it hauls the Mustang on, and completely custom paint job on the Kenworth. And this thing brought home a high country. And it can do heavy hauling, and it does. That's where some income can come. And then this is a fairly new investment. A Peterbilt 379 with a green paint scheme on white paint, and chrome rims with a Wilson trailer here with a day cab. Very beautiful truck. Green lights on it. Very beautiful truck. Once again, just bought that for like $100,000. A lot of money into this stuff. Back here in this shed, we have our Heston baler. We do small bales around here, and our two wagons right here. And this very nice little Polish barn that just fits. And then a nice big oat field. Now I'm not going to go to the other fields, but we follow this road here. We go around this twisty turny path. We end up at our one grain field. We just did a thing of canola off this field. And then if you go back down to the main road right here and go this way, there's going to be a little dirt path on the fenced-in property right up here. Takes you into this very, 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 very long field. And then if you find your way through here, there's another field right here. So these are all the properties. This is all original farm that was bought back by this son. He bought this all back, um, and pretty much brought the farm back to life, because this was in the family at one point. Then for about 25 or so years it wasn't. Then he had an opportunity to buy piece by piece this piece of land. Then he bought this field. No, he bought the original land here. Then he bought this land up here that was part of the farm. And then he bought this whenever he had the money and was able to pull a loan for it. Then he finally got this field. So he pretty much pulled the entirety of the farm back together after many, many years. So, and he's still in debt, but he's still making a lot of money that's paying off the debt, and he's happy, and he can still buy a bunch of stupid stuff. So, yeah, that's this farm. I think it's the best farm I've ever built in Farming Sim, and I think it's the best farm I've ever seen out of every farm build I've seen on FS25 Riverbend. I still think this one's in the top 3. Definitely, well, for me, it's the best, because I haven't seen any better. It just goes across a lot of land, and it's different. Everything's kind of spread out in a nice way, and it just works. It just works. So, but yeah, that's kind of my take. I think this is the best farm I've ever built, and the best farm I've ever seen on Riverbend Springs. The best farm build by me. So yeah, there you go. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you all for watching. Peace out, everybody.